Suspenseful music continues. Absolutely would not happen. Oh dear. I'm Barbara Bodine. I'm the director of the Institute for the Study of Diplomacy. And today we're going to be breaking down some of the scenes from The Diplomat. Before I joined the academic world, I was a career Foreign Service officer for over 30 years. And I'll try to put a little reality on the fantasy of Hollywood's version of what we do.
We would rather not revisit secession.
It's not a retread. These are the conditions under which we'll agree to cancel a referendum for independence.
You don't have my country's support for that.
There is a perception that diplomacy is done with people lined up on either side of a big mahogany table in some grand and glorious looking room. Diplomacy is an ongoing dialogue. It happens in hallways, it happens over coffee. They're called pull-asides, they're called on the margins. What you see in the press, those are generally the conclusion of the discussions, not the actual discussion. That's how it is actually done.
Ma'am, the Vice President is on her way to London.
Now?
That wouldn't happen.
There wasn't time to prep a one-pager, so I thought I'd start with a tour of the horizon.
Okay. That's not the term.
Start by looking east. We got a verbal confession.
Why doesn't she ever sit down?
Was a British false flag attack contrived to gin up a gray zone conflict with Iran.
This is ridiculous. Okay, first of all, it's beyond possible that the Vice President would just show up at your post unannounced. That just simply isn't going to happen. She wouldn't be reading notes like that. She is very stiff and very unprofessional. To be honest, if I had a junior officer who was briefing a U.S. official and standing up like a school child, I would probably never have them brief an official again. It's also called a tour de horizon, not a tour of the horizon.
Every one of them has written a letter of no confidence. We need 54 to trigger a vote. We'll have that by lunchtime. If the Prime Minister doesn't step down, we'll force him out.
Oh my God.
Yes, having that kind of a sensitive conversation on the side on a issue within the government, within the realm of possible. I've once described it as building relationships for issues you don't yet know you're going to have. So the conversation that Kate was able to have was because she already had a very good relationship, one of candor and one slightly informal, where they could have this conversation. Why are they walking down what looks like an abandoned runway?
You can't give her to the police.
Okay, not happening. Would, a diplomat or anybody, talk about their job and basically what they're doing and get feedback, particularly if your spouse or partner has been in the same business? Absolutely. Using a spouse for an intelligence operation, that is going a bit too far. There is an informality to diplomacy that is very accurate, but a lot of this is more Hollywood than it is Foggy Bottom. The Foreign Service diplomacy is so much more than black tie in Western European capitals. What's important about diplomacy is being the eyes and ears and the brain of the US government in all sorts of places around the world. We have to be on the ground and ready. That's what diplomats do.